Hi, this is a quick video tutorial or rundown of a program called ResultsManager by Turning Technologies. This kind of integrates with the Turning Point Anywhere or Turning Point for PowerPoint that you have been using or just learned about today. What you do is first get the Results Manager. It's free software from the Turning Technologies website, and that website is turningtechnologies.com. Type that in. Go to Downloads, and then you need to go to the Legacy tab, and then under Data Management Reporting there is Results Manager. Drop that down, and then you'd select PC install or Mac install depending on what software or what operating system you're using. I think I remember based on your original email that you're using a PC, so I'll do that one here. Then you have to go and fill out this form with your basic information and then hit submit, and then you will be given a link to download the software. It's a quick download. It should take no more than 2 or 3 minutes to download and install. And then Turning Technologies is going to give you an email saying thank you for using their product and stuff like that, which is no big deal. So once you have the software, what you could do is launch it. Let's see. We got Results Manager here. This is what happens when you first launch the software, and what this software does is allow you to manipulate students' scores after class. So what you're going to do is basically import a session file into this Results Manager and then manipulate it. So how to do that? You just go to New Course and you do use an existing participant list. So what you're doing is browsing your computer for a participant list, like an actual participant list that you have for your students using clickers. Let's see, where's mine? Documents, TPAW, participants. I'll choose a participant list that I have. I will open that. You could rename it if you want to, whatever your course name is, or if you have some keywords in mind, you could do that there. Hit OK. So now I have this course right here. If you have multiple courses, you could add more, of course, by hitting the New Course button. So you may want to have, if you have multiple courses, have a section for each one. And what you do is double-click on your course here, and then it brings up your class roster. In my class roster, I only have a few people from Clicker Support, so it's a small example for you. Now what we need to do is add a new column. So adding a new column basically allows you to import a session file. So what you have to do is give the column a name. Normally when I show people this, I just type in clickers and then the date of that session file that you are importing, whatever day that class was. Description, that's optional. I'll leave that out for now. Then you go down here to this column. We'll have grades calculated from a session file. Since we're using an actual session file from a class, you want to check that and choose. Now go back to wherever your Turning Point session files are saved, and we'll import one here. Try this one, the most recent one. And then down here is the properties. So this shows how many students answered any questions in that session. This is all based on the actual session information. There was 8 questions total, and on that particular session there's a max of 6 points. Here you're able to adjust these attendance points and attendance threshold. If for whatever reason you want to give anyone extra points for answering a certain amount of questions, doesn't mean they have to answer them correctly. They just have to have answered, say, if anyone who answered 50% or more of the questions, they'll get an extra bonus point to kind of reward those people who were there the whole entire class. That's up to you. I'll leave that at 0 now. I don't think that's what you really wanted to know, so I'm going to progress. Override point total. Just don't do anything with that and hit add. Now what we have here is a new column that shows all the scores for that particular session file. And on this particular session file, there's me here, I had a clicker that day, and someone else had a clicker, and there's no name there, so that clicker was not registered within my course. So ultimately, these points, or whoever this is, they're not getting points in my Blackboard because Blackboard doesn't know who they are. So I'll focus on my name up here. What you have to do is just click on the person, and then click on the column with their score from the session file. So I had received 4 points on that particular session, but say I only want to give a max of 2 points. All you have to do is click on that and do 2. So even though I answered 4 correct answers, you only want to give me 2 points as a total for the day. So what you'd have to do is change mine to 2. And you see it has a little tab there. That means it's been edited. That's so you know that someone messed with that score. It's not original from the session file. So that's all you have to do. Unfortunately, I don't have more examples of it. Like this one, it won't let me edit because it's not part of my participant list. But basically, you'd go down your list and change people's scores. It's very manual. It might even be easier to just upload your session files straight from Turning Point Anywhere or Turning Point for PowerPoint and making these adjustments in Blackboard itself. Or what you could do is do this, and then after you make all the edits you want, what you would do is select the column again, the top of the column, so it selects everything, and then you do export. And you export to LMS. I won't go through this whole process because you should know this already, I believe. The Blackboard LMS integrations where you have to sign in and do all that stuff. And then eventually you upload this file. So you wouldn't upload the session file from class right away to Blackboard. You'd want to import it into this program first, make your edits, and then export to Blackboard from here. Now I'm not sure which is easier for you to do the edits in here or just to do the edits in Blackboard, but obviously if you have a lot of students, it's kind of a lot of manual work, so you could decide if you want to use that or not. I'm going to step back a second. I'm going to add a new column, and I'll just put tomorrow's date for the heck of it. And I'm going to upload a new session, and I'll show you something here. Just choosing a different random session that I have from a test. Not sure what's on it. But again, I have 4 students I answered that day. It looks like 5 questions worth 4 points. And down here, as you probably saw before earlier in the video, I kind of told you to skip over this override point total. So if I click here and say I only want to make it 1, so even though people answered 4 questions correctly, I only want to give them 1 point. So I could do that here, and I hit add, and you'll notice in this column people still have more than 1 point. So I don't believe that function works as it should be. That's why I told you to manually change each person, by typing on it. So I could look at mine here. I got 1 point. You can see the question properties for that session. There was 5 questions total. I responded to 4 of them. That's why it's 4 out of 5. I got 0 attendance points because in that previous screen I didn't mark an attendance threshold, so that's just, we don't have to worry about that. Performance point, that means I got 1 out of the 4 questions correct. And then let's see, total points earned, I earned 1 out of 1. So the override grade that I did on the previous screen, that changes this number right here. But say if my clicker actually got say 4 out of 4 correct, my total points earned would be 4 of 1 right here, and I'd still have, there'd be a 4 in this column, and whatever's in this column gets exported to Blackboard. So there'd be a 4 here, and you would think it would only give me, if the whole entire session is out of 1 point, it seems like it should only give me 1 point, not 4. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I'll still have a 4 here, so you'd still have to manually type in a different number than what I actually have. So I guess the bottom line is it's still very manual. You have to basically change people's grades here to whatever you want to, whether it's higher or lower, and then export again by clicking on the column for that day and hit export. So I hope that makes sense to you. Please email me back if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm not sure exactly if that's what you're looking for, but from what Heath said, you were looking to manipulate points, as in have, say, 5 questions for the day, but you only want the max total to be 2 points or something. Again, you could do that by manually doing that in here, or you could do that in Blackboard. There's not really a good automatic way yet, since that overriding grade thing I did, it just changes the out of number. It doesn't change what they actually got during that clicker session. So I hope that helps you, and let us know if you need help with that or any other clicker requests. Send them our way. Thank you.